matchup as well. And we saw that the Darius was overpowering the Fiora for that one.
Yeah, so it's kind of surprising to see this kind of matchup again. I'm more leaning towards the Camille pick against the Darius because of the passive, the shield, the trading ability of the Camille is much stronger. But let's see, Darius and Fiora has been rivals in the top lane as well, so it can be effective against the Darius, especially for that Noxian Guillotine, which can be countered by the parry. But in terms of team fight, I'm not really quite sure because Fiora doesn't have that much gap close. But with the composition of Space Gamer Kallyx, they're mostly going to engage onto the members of Nera, so Fiora will be happily accepting their engage and counter with the Grand Challenge.
Yes, and that's something that we can look forward to in this game. There will be lots of initiates, there will be lots of team fights, given the picks, given the champion picks for both teams. And now we're going to see them. They're starting to set up and go around the different camps, scouting to see if there's going to be any early invades. But looks like there will be an early jungle invade for the side of Nera.
Yeah, they're trying to pressure the members of Space Gamer Kallyx, getting the blue here from the Jarvan, but they responded with taking the blue of the other team as well. There's going to be a balanced invade here for both teams. Darius having to shove the Baron lane from the start, getting that XP boost, but Nera responding here, cutting the wave from the Darius here in the top lane. He's going to try to rescue it with the apprehend, to pull the Wukong, getting some damage done and zoned him out.
That's right, and now we're seeing again another strategy of Nera, wherein you have the Braum following constantly the Wukong, but now he is up here with the Tristana, so I think they're doing a lane switch. So you have the Tristana and the Braum on the top side, and the Fiora on the bottom side, left to deal with the Jinx and the Lulu, which are two poke champions, which will make things a little bit hard for that Fiora.
Yeah, they're willing to trade the Fiora for the Darius shutdown. I mean, Fiora will have a little bit of a hard time getting some XP and pressure here in the bottom lane, but they're happily trading that to shut down the Darius here in the top lane, especially with the Tristana push. Because of his skills, they will look to get a push here in the top lane. Nice damage coming in here by the Wukong and Tristana. The slow from the Braum will miss, but they're happily pushing the tower here in the top lane, getting some plates and maybe secure the first tower of the game quite early. But there's an engage here by the Jarvan with the flag and drag, securing a kill here onto the Braum, securing that first blood. Tristana has been executed here. A little bit of a mishap here by the Aurelion Sol, but it's going to be 1-4-0 here in favor of Space Gamer Kallyx.
Yes, that's right. I think they should have just pulled back right after they started to see the Jarvan. I think it was mostly overcommitting on the side of Nera, which could have been prevented if they were able to get that advantage and then just decided to pull back after taking that plate.
Yeah, definitely. But Nera not having a difficult time in the bottom lane, especially with Fiora's parry, negating some of the damage that the Dragon Lane duo are trying to apply onto this champion. Meanwhile, Andy is having a bit of a struggle in the top lane, needing some reinforcement to have that damage picked up and return the pressure. However, being against the Fiora is taking a lot of damage because of the vitals. Honeyfruit being taken here by the Fiora for that health regen. And in the mid lane, well, Aurelion Sol has that level advantage because of the early wave clear and the roaming in the top side of the map. But at level 6, Twisted Fate is looking to have that pressure in the mid lane and in the side lanes as well.
Yes, that's right. And we are already able to see the switch up between the Fiora and the bot lane duo. So now we have the bot lane duo going against the Jinx and the Lulu as compared to the previous match or well, the previous engagement. And now I guess it's going to start with the dragon. So they have the Cloud Drake. It's going to spawn soon. Nera is making their way towards the dragon. Jinx and Lulu trying to prevent them from taking it, but with the lack of response from the other side, from the other members of Kallyx, looks like Nera will be able to secure this dragon.
Oh, flag and drag being used here. Tristana picked up the dragon. The team fight is starting here. The Cataclysm with the Aurelion Soul damage gets the team bursted out, and that's going to be a clean ace here by Space Gamer Kallyx.
That was actually a nice trade between the two teams, and we were able to see that they gave up the dragon for a chance to be able to wipe out the entire team and get not just gold advantage, but they were also to get an objective advantage by clearing out that middle tower as well. That was a really good clash and quick thinking there from Space Gamers Kallyx.
Yeah, a while ago before that team fight, we've seen the gold advantage here by Kallyx having that 2k gold lead, but after that team fight, it skyrocketed into a 6,000 gold lead here against Nera. And now, with the mid lane tower destroyed, they're looking to move on to the side lanes, but there's a nice gank here onto the Aurelion Soul. Wukong dealing some damage, but without the Cyclone, they won't be able to pick up a kill here in the mid lane.
Yes, that's right. And it has forced the Aurelion Soul to go back home and do a reset, while Twisted Fate can still continue on pressuring the mid lane. While here at the top lane, it looks like our Jinx and Lulu has decided to switch things up a bit, but it looks like the Darius will be having a hard time in the bot lane with almost all members of Nera trying to take this tower in exchange for what happened earlier.
Yeah, but Kallyx here looking to defend this bottom lane turret. It has been destroyed, but they're responding to the top lane push. But there's an engage here in the bottom lane. Glacier Fisher being used here offensively. Aurelion Soul has fallen down, and the Darius here nearly getting killed, but good response here by Space Gamer Kallyx, getting the Rift Herald here for the top lane push. They traded out the kill onto the Aurelion Soul, but with the Rift Herald, they will be able to pick more gold because of the push here from the Rift Herald. They might even get 2 turrets here.
It looks like at some point or a certain way, Nera understands that they can't go against Space Gamer Kallyx as a team. So now what they're doing is they're picking off the members of Kallyx one by one. But sadly, they were unable to also, I guess, think of the fact that Kallyx has a backup plan. If we're not going to go for a clash, we're going to go and secure the objectives, because I think we will be able to win if we get this.
Yeah, Space Gamer Kallyx are more effective when grouped up together, and we've seen it in the previous team fight in the Dragon, wiping out the members of Nera Esports. But we're seeing a gank here in the top lane. Darius having that 3 versus 1. That Noxian Guillotine will not get a kill here onto the Fiora, but the bleed will, and getting that heal from that Decimate, bleeding out most of the members here of Nera. And now the other members of Space Gamer are here for the re-engage, getting that kill onto the Braum. So that's going to be a 3-for-1 in favor of Space Gamer Kallyx once again.
Once again, good call, and also a good response from the side of Space Gamer Kallyx. They saw that their Darius was already having a hard time, and he got ganked as well by 3 members of Nera. And their response was, you know what? Okay, if you're going to get ganked, if you're going to die there, we might as well just avenge you. We're going to wait it out here, and then we are going to surprise them, which ended up in favor of Space Gamer Kallyx. And now we're going to see the dragon, the Infernal Drake, is going to spawn in a few minutes. And Nera is going to try and take another attempt at that dragon. Hopefully this time they won't lose all of their members while taking this dragon.
Oh, nice gank here onto the Darius for that numbers advantage here in the Dragon Pit. They will start this for sure because of that numbers advantage here on the side of Nera, but Space Gamer Kallyx are more than willing to engage onto this team fight because they have the flag and drag, which will be used here. The Smite gets the dragon, but it's going to be the Fiora picking up this dragon stack. But the members here of Space Gamer Kallyx are having that wipeout started again, picking up 3 kills in that Dragon Pit, and they're looking now to push the bottom lane tier 1 tower because of their boost, their numbers advantage, and their win from that team fight, extending their goal lead now to almost 9,000 at 9 minutes.
It looks like in terms of team fight, Space Gamer Kallyx is actually excelling at this point. So what Nera has to do to be able to win this is they have to pick off a lot of the members of Space Gamer Kallyx before they attempt to do things like, say, take Baron or take Dragon or even take objectives, because they will be having a hard time if the entire team of Space Gamer Kallyx decides to respond to what they are planning to do.
Yeah, it's really hard to counter the engage here from Space Gamer Kallyx because of their damage and their crowd control and the amount of speed boost they can get, especially on the side of the Jinx because of that passive. And with the protection of the Lulu, they have no problem engaging onto the members of Nera, even though they have the Braum for the disengage with the Glacial Fissure and the Cyclone coming in by the Wukong. They don't have sufficient crowd control and firepower to counter the members of Space Gamer Kallyx because they have the Aurelion Sol here for that ulti. And since they have almost a 5-man CC here, even the Jinx has crowd control with that traps. The snare here will allow them to pin down the members of Nera Esports. And in terms of objective control, that is very effective.
Yes, that's right. And now we are starting to see that the attempts at Baron. So they're trying to take control of this area, but again, because Space Gamer Kallyx and their intense crowd control and damage, it looks like Nera won't be able to do anything about it right now. And here we have in the mid lane, looks like it's the beginning of a possible clash as well. We have the Twisted Fate, and oh my gosh, here we have the Aurelion Sol. He's got pinned down in the middle.
Wild growth?
And then
Oh, that is a good re-engage here coming in for Space Gamer Kallyx, and they are fighting back after losing that Aurelion Sol. Picking up 3 kills and might be 4 kills here as the Tristana falls down. Gold card being used here by the Twisted Fate. The ulti from the Jinx nearly kills Shiriyo here in the top lane, and now this is going to be a chance here for Space Gamer to get this Baron, allow them to gain more gold, and with the Baron buff, they will look to secure more towers here in the top, mid, and bottom lane of Nera Esports.
Yes, that's right. They were almost wiped out completely because of that Jinx's rocket, but thankfully that Twisted Fate was able to go home safely. However, because of the wipeout or the almost wipeout from the entire team, you have now Space Gamer Kallyx with a lot of advantage, and now they'll be able to pressure all of the lanes, which will break apart Nera and make them decide which areas are we going to prioritize, which areas are we going to protect. And especially with the Dragon incoming in just a few seconds, this will be vital. So this Dragon is going to be a vital thing for this game, for this match point.
Yeah, especially that it's an Ocean Dragon. This will give Space Gamer Kallyx that needed spell vamp that will amplify their sustain in terms of team fight, especially on the side of the Darius, getting some help even with just the decimate, picking up 2 kills here against Nera Esports alone, and he is so strong right now. That is a big trauma here for the Fiora pick.
Yes, that's right. And now that blue team was able to secure the Ocean Dragon, we now have that sustain and spell vamp for the Darius, but now they are attempting to take this middle area, this middle lane, with the amount of pressure from the side of Space Gamer Kallyx.
Yeah, picking up 2 kills, and they are looking to end this game very quickly at 13.5 minutes and secure their first win in this best of 3 series against Nera Esports.